Welcome to Meadowbrook Memories Podcast. I am Jelly, otherwise known as Glacier Prince, and my co-host is Hitchcock, otherwise known as Alfred Henry. Our mission on this podcast series is to explore the stories behind the magic that was created at Meadowbrook. When over a span of 4 years, between 1982 and 1986, we saw the transformation of a small coeducational school with less than 1,200 students, 800 boys, 800 girls and 400 boys into a successful sports and scholastic champion, winning 7 major trophies, 3 Sunlight Cup, 2 Topping Cup, 1 Walker Cup, and 1 Nutriment Shield. And to crown these achievements, Meadowbrook also produced 2 Rhodes Scholars, Cavell Creighton in 1987 and Andrea Wright in 1989, both graduates of Meadowbrook in 1983. In this podcast series, we'll be speaking to persons, both males and female, who were actively involved in this incredible journey, along with friends and staff at Meadowbrook, which inspired the environment which created this golden era. We hope you enjoy our discussion. Please give us as much support and encouragement as you can on whatever social media platform you are listening. Welcome and thanks for joining us. All right, ready, go. Today is Sunday, November 27, 2022, and welcome back to another conversation about Meadowbrook Memories. Me, as usual, Glacier, our Lance, our Jelly, our Prince, and by now, no say any one of them name they will do. Rejoining me today is my co-host, my original co-host, a man who not gonna need no introduction at all, because everybody know him. We welcome back Alfred Hitchcock Henry, who wanted to be on this conversation because of the special guest we have today. So welcome back, Freddie.
Yeah, man.
Our guest today, who I would consider the president of the Hills Posse. And if you don't know this, the Hills Posse are the man who from Reynolds and Rockall, who of them come on the program already, and them contribution at Meadowbrook outweigh the number of them. The man that punch higher than them weight. We indebted to the man, the Hills Posse them, and I consider Donovan a big time member there, as a president of the Hills Posse.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see me I said to you, so we're talking about that, the Hills Posse.
Yeah.
No, to me, you epitomizes the resilience of the Hills Posse more than anyone. I know Meadowbrook. You come in just a year after me start Meadowbrook. I remember you're good. But let me go on an introduction some more. I guess started Meadowbrook in 1975, 1 year after I started. And as far as I remember, he was involved in all after-school activities at our school. He had 2 siblings who came to Meadowbrook, and I remember one. Michael, who sadly is no longer with us to share his Meadowbrook memories. But our guest can talk about his brother to honor his Meadowbrook memories. And this is one of the reasons why I'm glad I'm doing this conversation, because we're information that was unknown, like our guest having 2 siblings. When I hear about, I only know about one Donovan. When you tell me say 2 siblings have come Meadowbrook, I was shocked. But the man there for give more stories. So welcome, Meadowbrook Memories, welcome Donovan Carr to the conversation. Introduce yourself, Donovan.
Yes. I'm Donovan Carr. Started Meadowbrook 1975 to I did 5 years, and I graduated 1980, class of 1980. And I tell you, Meadowbrook was quite an experience, and I'm still a part of Meadowbrook, even though I left Meadowbrook over about maybe 42 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I still can say Meadowbrook is such a part of me. You understand? So, and I can't get Meadowbrook out of me, and I don't think Meadowbrook can ever leave me. I always been around Meadowbrook people. No matter what it is, I always find a way to be around them. And I enjoy being around Meadowbrook people because I believe, and without no apologies, Bridget, I believe Meadowbrook put me on the map, so as to speak, put my life rolling. The little time, 5 years that I spent in Meadowbrook, it was a shape. It helped shape my life until today's date, and it was great. Great for me.
Yeah, man. Good for you, Donovan.
Always like that. Yeah.
As I said plenty time on them conversation, I do like all the podcast. Meadowbrook is like Hotel California for enough away. We can check out anytime, but we can never really leave.
Yeah, man, I tell you.
Don't leave, Donovan. We never leave at all. But welcome. Welcome.
Mm.
Reintroduce back yourself, Freddie.
Well, as usual, it's the same Freddie Stock, Mr. Meadowbrook.
Mr. Meadowbrook himself, indeed. As I said, we leave Meadowbrook sometimes a little bit, but we can check out. But we never really leave the place, Donovan. I tell you. We don't really leave at all. Don't leave. Now, Caroline will check out, we can never really leave.
Yes.
But anyway, Donovan, we're going at, and as I say, clarify that for me first. We know Michael was a brother, and him know like us, and we're going to talk about which other siblings they are? Younger than when me at school, or them come the same time?
Yes, man. Came after Michael. Her name was Donovan Carr.
Okay, what year she started?
I think she came 2 years after my brother.
Okay.
And she never stayed long because we had migrated in 1982.
Okay, I got you.
December 23rd, 1982.
Okay, I see why I'm not familiar with her at all. So it's not like, say, she's younger than us, and then she never stayed long at the school at all. Anyway, I understand.
Yeah. Another period when I left, because I leave 80 and I came back 83. So it's like 2 years, my 2 year absence between attendance and teaching. She had left, so it slipped me too.
So you never meet her, Freddie?
No.
Okay, cool. Anyway, Donovan, but I know, if you listen to them conversation before, first question I ask everybody who come on them conversation, did you choose Meadowbrook or Meadowbrook chose you?
To be honest, I'm not even sure, I'm not even sure, but what I can tell you, I passed my common entrance from Rock Hall, all age. So there was a lot of other people like the Curtises, the Queries, Pele.
That's a Henley Johnson, yeah.
Henley Johnson, and a couple more, and it still go on, and we've been, it seems like people from the hills we just run from the top of the hill to the bottom of the hill. I didn't even know Meadowbrook was there, but I'm not gonna lie.
You know what, pick funeral school or not? You just end up at Meadowbrook, so?
I think the only school I can ever think of was Calabar I picked for. I don't remember the next one because I never really think about going to a boys' school.
All boys school, I got you.
All boys school, yeah. It was never in me to be in an all boys school. And I'm so glad that I end up in Meadowbrook. And that very morning when it was time to go to Meadowbrook, I somehow found my way there, come off the bus, and they tell me where to come off the bus and walk into Meadowbrook. I didn't even visit the school to find out where it was, but I found my way.
And so hold on there. You have to repeat that to them because the youth them nowadays are listening to things that their mother and father have to follow them go to school. Or more importantly, the mother and father feel that them have to follow you them go to school. But back in them days, you come off of the hill and you just walk on Meadowbrook on the first day of school. Nobody no follow you?
No, star. Me alone. I made it there myself because I was told where to come off the bus. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, somebody tell me where to come off the bus and just walk.
You can't
Yeah, my mom wasn't in Jamaica. And my father wasn't that kind of father who, he was glad and, he was glad I made it. But he wasn't one of those.
He's not going to follow you going to school.
No, I'm a big boy then,
How old you were, Donovan? I say how old you were at the time? 11?
12.
12, yeah.
Raj said the same thing last time, Jelly, remember?
Yeah, you're right. The same. They must come up at the school, though. So, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
it was something very new to me, you know. But it as time goes by, it seemed like it was routine,
So,
you know.
so when you walk come up on the campus, then Donovan, the first time you go up on the campus, what the feel when you walk into the school the first day? What impression you get when you walk into the school?
Why, when we go through the gate, the memory is kind of small because I just walk in and I end up go to the auditorium because we were told to go to the auditorium, directed to go there, and we had teachers and we had devotion and everything, and they told us where and where to go, and you know, after devotion, just end up, you know, in the class. And boy, I tell you, boy, something I'm gonna come up in this conversation, the Bible. And I don't know if anybody ever experienced it. Maybe I just me.
Yeah.
I end up in the B stream.
Yeah.
And I'll just get this out of the way, because when I went in class and I saw these people that I was in class with, I think I was in school like Priory.
Champion, yeah.
Champion, yeah, yes.
Some real uptown school, I hear you.
Brethren, believe me, I come from Rockall.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm telling you, brethren, I sat down in a class with straight up Chinese, straight up white people, and I'm trying to figure out where do I fit in.
Well, you're there, yeah.
And it took me. I told a friend of mine was Kenneth Abrams, because we are still good friends. Because we are celebrating our birthday in Florida, because we are same age. And I told Kenneth that, Kenneth, if it took me a while, I was shell shocked, man.
You never know you come to them thing they Meadowbrook at all. You're shocked.
No, I never knew this is what I was coming to.
Yeah.
So I was just taken back and was like in a little space by myself. I couldn't really talk and say anything. I never was like, you know.
Well, you say you pinch yourself to say for true.
What? Who on the man that believe me?
I want to see your thing there, but I know you're talking about, man, because it catch me a little bit when we reach
It catch you to Friday.
football. Yeah, man, but it wasn't so deep still, you know, because
You come in
Mr. Pass school
yeah.
that I was there. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But first farm, that
You got my man.
So hold on, the friend we call, what name again? Kenneth Abrams to say. Him that member the Hills Pass too?
No, Kenneth Kenneth went to that Reddy's Road school there.
St. Richard's.
St. Richard's.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was in class with like Donna Dixon.
I remember Donald, yeah. Ferdinand
Yes.
Bent.
I know Ferdinand was in 1A.
Okay.
You know, Andrea Stone,
Yes.
Andrea Chin,
Yes, I remember. Yes.
Jamie Golden,
Yes.
Royce Lindo, Dion Wright, Larry Ricketts. And the list, I had like 34 kids in our class. I remember when test time came, you know, and they used to do the test and write it down on the paper. We come such and such out of 34. You know?
Yeah, man, I'm all tell you where you come, man. Yes, I remember that. Post it on the board or in that season of the hall. Yes, I remember that.
It was on paper. It was on paper, you know. And it took me a time to really gather myself and really get in the mix of Meadowbrook and trying to leave that kind of playing mentality in Rockall School. that every reset you run up and down. Because that's what I start doing at Meadowbrook. Because I remember this Chinese youth, he had left early. And we used to play during lunchtime and thing. I was so swift that one time he swear get me and I was standing up right by the netball post. And by the time he reached out to touch me, I moved so fast, man, right up into the post. Yeah, man.
Real one.
Yeah, man, I tell you, man, I was when it come to running and all them little things, they excite me, you know.
I'll get to that, man. Don't worry, I'll get to that, man. Yeah.
So you know where the name Touche come from? Touche.
What's the name that?
That have one name, man. Touche. But Touche the turtle.
I never know that at all.
Yeah, man. They end up calling me blacker, you know, because me they have dark. I was of dark complexion, real dark.
Yeah.
No? Yeah, man. And but I really had to get out of that mentality, playing around, because we was warned by Mr. Tarp. It was close to exams, you know, end of year exams.
Yeah.
And Mr. Tarp come in and it was like, some of you young men think this thing is a joke. And he warned us and said, a lot of you guys you think this is a joke, so you believe that you're going to go on to the next class. You better shape up or else. That's all I need to hear, boss. Yeah, man. I'm put the pedal to the metal, man, and have a breakout to certain things and move forward.
You start
and yes, man. It took me a while, but I settled in and start make little friends here, make little friends there, and thing. You know, but still was on the quiet side. I was still a quiet person. Still a quiet person. And there was, I have to tell you, there was a lot of comedian. Oh man, there was so much comedian in that class. Unbelievable. And the comedy start, there was this teacher from Ceylon. You know where Ceylon is?
Sri Lanka.
Right outside Sri Lanka. The teacher name was Miss Bartlett.
I remember that teacher there. What she used to teach again, Donovan?
English.
Yeah, I remember.
So if she want us to spell booklet, should I say BOOK? And for the life of me, I could never understand why is she saying double O.
I said double O, not double anything at all, man.
No, but okay. Okay. Yeah, but you have a virgin name. Western Cole.
Yeah, man, my virgin that man. Western, you see over Whitehall. Yes.
Yeah, man, Dion Wright and Richard Webb.
Yeah.
I said before the woman, the teacher even said, I said the man them start to laugh. And you have Anthony Swaby.
Yeah.
She just have to take a breath.
Yeah.
And before and the man them jump out of them seat, him touch the ceiling, like the man them touch the ceiling.
I laugh up there.
Yes. and she was shocked herself.
Yeah.
You know, and I tell you, she give up detention like crazy, me tell you. And I don't want to laugh, but I laugh and I get detention. Yeah, man. But it was fun.
Yeah.
But another thing I want to say to you, you should know. You remember Miss Fischette?
Oh, yeah, someone, the speech teacher.
the speech, and she used to do some
She do speech and music to Donovan. Music, yeah, man.
music class.
This is fidget. Yes, man. What you talking about, man?
And she used to talk about, she used to teach us basically our etiquette.
Yeah, man. Yes. Yeah.
And she would have let us answer the phone. She'd bring a prop phone in the class and show us how to answer the phone and introduce herself to the class, her, and we go up and we say, Mrs. Fischett, like if we're going to say a couple, a verse or something that she have us to do over the weekend or something, and we got to come and say it in the class. We got to come up and introduce ourselves to her and address the class. So you'll be like, Mrs. Fischett, boys and girls, and to me, that's another thing. That was wow to me,
Well, let me tell you something about that, Donovan. I know you talk. Every year you have to give a speech, or every term. You have to give a speech. After a while, that one speech, remember, you used to just come up and talk about Barbados. But memorize that. And every year, Mrs. Fischett look at me and I say, wow, are you from Barbados? So I know what you talk about, man. Yo.
Yeah, man. I didn't really have her for long still,
Yeah.
But
she was an older lady. She was an older lady. Because she did a long time, A long time before we come there. She probably did from the 60s, Since we started them conversation, I think she did it from the 60s, man. So a long time she did that, man. Long time she was there, man. So.
It was, I tell you, man, the experience, the first couple of years experience was
so,
wow.
What's the teacher I remember, Donovan?
Miss Nelson.
Yeah, the Spanish teacher, yes.
Miss Jones.
Yeah. Miss Richards, the teacher?
Miss Richards.
Yeah, man.
Miss Richards.
Yeah.
You should teach her geography. Great teacher.
Mr. She teach me primary school. I'm come back, come catch her at Meadowbrook,
Oh, she teach you at primary school, Freddie?
I'm marvelous.
I will never know that. She teach a good teacher, man. Great teacher, Donovan. I can't ask that, man.
And there was also this science teacher. She was I can't remember her name, but man, she was something.
Mrs. I know Miss Riley attack.
Miss Riley.
Yeah, man.
There you go.
Yeah, strict lady.
And my interest in chemistry. I think she did chemistry or biology, one of those.
Biology was our main thing, yeah.
Biology. She had me loving biology.
Yeah, man. Yes.
I gravitate to biology. The geography teacher was Miss Nelson, right?
No, Miss Richard. Miss Richard was a geography teacher. Miss Richard.
Okay.
Miss Nelson was a Spanish teacher. Miss Nelson. She was Miss Brown when you just started Meadowbrook, and then she married. I don't know if she married before when they came there, but during that period.
No, she wasn't married then.
Yeah. Her name.
Yeah, man. She had the soul. She had the soul here.
Afro, yeah, man.
Yeah.
She had been on these conversations. I tell her, I said, she's Meadowbrook last night, and she laughed after me, and I said, but her soul, her Afro, yeah. When I look on her picture, I say, yeah, man, yes. She laughed, yeah. So, Mr. Gooden, the teacher?
Mr. Gooden?
Yeah, I just carried him to deal with.
Mr. Gooden, what did he do?
It was physics and maths. Physics and maths teacher.
Yes, I think, I think maybe it was a short time because we end up getting Mr. What's that man who used to teach fast? Got the goiter. Mr. Lawson, man. Mr. Lawson was so fast, it was unbelievable. Sometimes I don't know how I keep up with the man.
Yeah, man, he used to walk fast. I know when I teach fast. Yes.
I do everything fast, Bridget.
Yeah, man.
You have a goiter problem.
Yeah. So
I remember I remember what's her name? She had a niece. She had a niece coming there, I believe.
A teacher you attack?
Yeah, no, she was the
She working at the office?
Miss McLeod, Miss McLeod,
I remember
Carol,
this.
let's Carol,
The teacher right there by the
What's your teach, Donovan? Tell me I'm safe and can help you. What's your
no,
teach?
she wasn't the teacher. She was the guidance counselor.
Ah, Miss Millwood you attack, man. Mrs.
Miss
Millwood.
Millwood, man. Miss Millwood.
With our 3 daughters, them. Yeah, man. Yes,
Fascinating,
yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
fascinating woman, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm
Yeah,
telling
she.
you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. When
Very fascinating. I mean, I'd like to go and sit down and have her talk to me. You know, I never really have a problem, but man, she conduct herself
man,
properly.
that lady know every single student in and out in the Meadowbrook.
Yeah, man, she proper, and I
Yeah,
like that. I like that.
Yeah, she was my farm teacher in a 1B when we just started Meadowbrook year before you, Donovan. And then she became guidance counselor. And she had 3 daughters come to school.
Yes.
Yeah.
Elena, Michelle, and what the whole I want?
Oh, Elena, Karen, and
I think Michelle should name in a Friday.
no
Michelle.
man, yeah, Elena was the one that leave and go. She did leave and go St. Hughes, you know.
Yeah.
And Karen Millwood was the youngest one.
Denise. Yeah, man.
Hey,
Denise
was
was
the
one
middle
in my
one,
class. In my class. Actually, in my class.
No,
Karen us.
Go ahead, Donovan.
no, the PE teacher now,
Yeah, yeah.
Mr. Owens
You know about Mr. Griffiths?
and Mr. Griffiths.
Yeah.
Boy, I can never forget that man, Mr. Griffiths, because the man just liked me the way I like sports. And he did everything that he could to really get me, you know, going and be the best that I could be. And he, you know, I was short and I was kind of stocky.
Yeah.
And when I start lifting the weights, he used to tell me, Donovan, I can't let you do the weights because you're gonna be going sideways. You know?
Yeah, go spread.
I put on too much muscles.
Yeah.
So him want me to grow. Him don't want my growth to be stunted.
Yeah.
You know. So it was all exercises for me. Like we used to have you know, the tapered box that we jump up on, and I don't know if you remember that if you used to do track and field or do PE, we used to jump on the box. We take them down in stages and put them back up in stages, and used to jump, and we used to jump off and on back, and we never used to go flat-footed. So the challenges were, I love the challenges, man. And I, you know, kind of jumping all over because the memory just coming back.
Yeah, man, no problem. You know you want
I
to
remember one day in bottom field, I took a cricket ball and stand up from the top of the field and throw the cricket ball all the way to the end of the field, down to about the pitch, you know, the concrete pitch. And he told me, and he said, I have a great form. And he said, if I ever visit the States and go to school, throw the javelin. But I never really go to college. Meadowbrook was all I did when it comes to school, because when I by the time I left Meadowbrook, I had a child. You know, he was born in 1982. Same year when I migrated. So
responsibility company early. I got you.
Right.
But hold on, you said something about bottom field or Donovan. What the first impression when you get when you say bottom field? Because I come to Meadowbrook now, And no one know about Bottomfield at all. When you first see Bottomfield, I hear about it. What was the impression you get?
Well, Bottomfield was like a playground to me, you know, and everything when it come to Bottomfield, because it used to be Reds,
That Mr. Barnes.
Butter Barnes, him used to caretake the field, mark out the field, and we used to watch him, you know, and it was something different for me because Rockall, where I came from, just had a small little field, you know, and sometimes we play ball on the schoolyard, on the school grounds, and it wasn't good enough. We would mash up with sneakers, bust up with two and all them look away there. And when you went to Meadowbrook, man, the field was just open. And it gave me an opportunity to kind of spread my wings. You see, the pit for long jump, and when it comes to sports day, or you know, when we keeping anything with other school come by, and you know, we used to have the shot put, the discus. It was everything was different for me, and I gravitated to all sports.
Right, remember some introducing because I remember you do everything.
Everything, boss.
One sports day. But did
Yeah,
you come and with that ambition and say you want everything, or you just
No, I was a runner because I used to run from when bus used to strike. Back then in the day, bus used to strike. And the bus used to come at Rockall Square. And when they get to Rockall Square, you know what? No, not when it strike, but when it come to Rockall Square, it come late. Everybody is packing up the bus. And me and a couple of friends say, we are going to walk, you know, or we are going to run, go Reddles, you know. And me and quite a few of my friends decide to run. And when we reach Reddles, the bus are come. We run and get down there before the bus even get there. And we are talking about maybe 2 miles, 3 miles. Yeah, man. So running was in my DNA.
Can you run every day if you catch a bus?
Well, I run every day. Sometimes I try to run, go get the bus, already square, through Picky, and just to get the bus to go to school.
Picky, so, which part of Rockall? I never hear that name, the guy.
No, Picky is in Reddell Square.
Okay. Hold on.
By the post office.
Before we go further, did you hear when Timon say he have exam and he have to run from Reddell's or from Lee's flat to go catch your exam at Meadowbrook? You hear Timon talk that story there?
No, never hear that.
See, you know, Jelly,
yeah.
I tell you, the Hills people them have some different stories still.
No, I tell you, man, the Hills, what forget about Freddie, what forget them, what honor them properly, you know, because they have to store them up, you know.
As I tell you, you have a special feature on the Hills.
Yeah, man, no,
people
Donovan was the president of the Hills Posse because
it's organized.
Yeah.
Maggie, Maggie is something better, you know.
Yeah.
All right, I eventually was on the track team, right? Because of what I've been talking to you guys about, you kind of thing, you know, I'm on the track team.
Man, yeah, but ask about some of the money, man, but tell the story first, yeah.
And I remember one day we had to run from Meadowbrook to Red Hills, right?
Yeah.
And this is a part of our training, you know, boss.
Yeah.
I end up running back to Meadowbrook, down the hill, go back to Meadowbrook. And when me look on it, man, I said, you know, the right of someone, feel like just got me hard.
Yo.
Oh, I tell you, no, sir. I say, with the running for me and everybody else at Meadowbrook, I not lie. Run the Queensville, you know, and then me crazy me on the weekends, you know, boss. Me I do the same thing.
You run
Get
same
up in
way.
the morning and run from Belvedere, go all the way down Belvedere bottom, go all the way around to Queen Hill, come all the way back up to Lee's, that Sterling Castle, and come round back to Reddy's Lookout and come back round. Me
Yo.
alone in the brethren.
But you know, but Jelly, Donovan run first race and supposed to the last race, you know, man.
I tell you, Freddie, I said, I'm introduced Donovan to that. Donovan in every race for sports day. You know, that, man, I wish I was sitting there again, Donovan.
What
else? Right? I still remember that.
You know what really get to me, brethren?
Yeah.
Waddles couldn't win. You know, we have some of the best runners, but we can never win.
Because Stanley didn't award to the great Donat Muir, they didn't award to.
What great Donat Muir was in Ward.
Yes. Jamaica.
And I remember.
Hold on. I could say this, Donovan. Jamaica's only man, Meadowbrook only man will win a Carifta gold medal for Jamaica youth. So what for Anaheim? 800 meters, I think, 1980.
800 meters,
yeah,
yes.
800 meters. I don't think another person from Meadowbrook ever win a gold
I
medal
don't
for
believe.
Jamaica Carifta.
I don't believe so.
If any correction, then them can't come to him. But me know Stanley, the great Donat Muir, do win.
I know. Jeffrey Walters.
They win a champs. Jeffrey Walters
They win a champ. The first man me ever see sprint a 400 meters.
Yeah, the class too, yeah.
And I tell you, the man wasn't in the best of health. He had a upset stomach.
Yeah, man.
Man.
I know, so the first year, class 2 run the 400 meters. And Jeffrey Watt, I'm Permacal man, so me and Freddie know him good. He must live down the road from me, so yeah. Remember that good to Donovan?
Yes, man.
Yeah, Anaheim, man, yeah.
Yes, Benjamin, man.
But you see what the difference with Stanley now? Stanley represent Jamaica.
Yes.
Stanley win a champs and represent Jamaica. Jeffrey win a champs, but I think by the time...
Do you remember how his race went?
No, tell me about it, because I don't remember.
Well, Stanley run against man like Panton. You know, it's a big name that.
Yeah, man, yeah. Panton used to go which school again?
Excelsior.
Excelsior. Virgin, when we used to do like the inter-school
like trials, like trials.
What would I call it?
Sports meet.
Invitational.
Yeah,
leading up to champs.
Yeah, man, the sports meet them attack. Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And me go in the locker room and see the man, you know, I'm look on them man, I'm like, the man, they have some 6-pack and some leg. Me like, oh, me go against the man here. Yes. And then at me and the man they are around, you know, and when the man they are around, me remember one year, champs, and me see, the great, I come back to me still.
Which school?
And
which race him around Donovan? Is that next school you attack or
200 man, 200 meters.
Which school? Which school him around for? Let me tell you how. Him win. I know KC man you attack.
No, not KC. Not KC.
Them tired, I can't figure out who that now.
How a year or two?
He was supposed to run for Jamaica, but he got injured.
I know Everett Samuels.
Samuels, man.
Everett yeah, man. If me catch my Grantham, you know, if I pass through Grantham, I'll leave the start when me leave.
But it's when the man run the turn and at the 200.
Yeah.
I said that is our horse run. I say I've never seen a man run like that man before.
Yeah.
I tell you. But anyway, we'll go back to Stallion.
Yeah, man, talk about Stallion, some of the Meadowbrook man, man. Because Stallion,
800 race. I remember, and I watched his race, and Stallion was at the first 400. Stallion go past the line, the last person. He was the last person to complete the first 400.
The first lap.
Right. I mean, see Stallion go in the next lane. I don't know where him get the strength from, because I believe in my Christian. God just look on him and say, "It's your time. You work hard for it."
The time of him a guy named Cox from Tivoli. Top guy unit. Him the blackout Stally, so Stally couldn't pass, so Stally has to go in the second lane.
Yeah. I'm a say Stallion cut every man down the back stretch. When they reach about the 200, the 150, the man of the race lock. Because them can't catch him again.
No.
Can't catch him again. The momentum that he had is like that was Stallion. And I'm telling you, man, one of the greatest 800 race me ever see a man from Meadowbrook run, and one of the best 800 race me ever see run a stadium. So all the time me I go there. You know?
And then
go ahead, I'm gonna win some money for the race, Because cause Cox was the favorite.
Who?
But you know, Cox man is a Pembroke and So when we go to the stadium, some man said to himself, "What's a country boy there? The stadium matters,
Yeah.
So I choose the renter upon them spikes.
Yeah.
Them come check with. Some myself some a country boy that fool a boy they went from. So me and Jim I turned to them and said, "We are talking about a big one of that, better not lose the race." So them better I would just buy banana soap on them when we win and Stally win.
So, Donovan, let me ask you something. Because you didn't train with Stally as a youth. Were you surprised that Stally was so good?
Well, yes, in a sense, yes. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it's like we train together. We basically do everything together.
I don't remember.
No matter what class you're in. And it's like Meadowbrook never really get far in a champs. We come good distance. I can't remember how high we were. Because if Meadowbrook win one race, Bridget, if we win one race, we jump up, Class from school, no win nothing.
We in the top 10. I think the last time we were at the year on Jeffrey Ward has been the 200. Howard Thomas.
Right.
79 we finished 9th.
Yeah. We didn't have the top 10, Donovan. I just said we win 2 or 3 races. We're in the top 10.
Right.
Yes.
Once you win 1 or 2 races, you're high. So I'm like, I personally, as I said, Meadowbrook is me. Me wear my epaulet, me proud of Meadowbrook. Me's a man just always, because sometimes you got champs, Calabar epaulet look like Meadowbrook epaulet, and some man no want wear epaulet because them not proud of Meadowbrook. You see, them never participate and have that.
Them not, no, you say you live on a nail na the other side, Donovan. You say if you play for Meadowbrook or you participate for Meadowbrook, you feel a different way, Me can't talk for myself, man. Me no shame on my school at all when I play, man. Because you feel say you can't beat any guy. I say you come, today you come,
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Because I tell you 1 year, let me stick to track. We'll stay on track and then we can go on to something else. And I represent, even though I was one of the great.
Yeah.
But for my little short legs, them boss, I formulate a plan how to basically win. and put my house, Ward House, on the map. If you ever see how we here at up here in the New York area deal with things, you know, because we have our little program and thing, and it's so much that we do for Meadowbrook. And so it started for me at Meadowbrook, as I said, and then when I see that there was an organization that was put together that can put into Meadowbrook, it's like all of that I did at Meadowbrook start coming out. You understand? When I say I formulate a way how to win, I'm going to tell you why and how I did that. And Freddie can attest, or maybe you can attest to this too. Donna Dixon was a better 1,500 meter runner than I was.
Yeah, I remember
but
that,
nobody couldn't beat me and him. In the 15, he would have first and I come second.
One in a ward.
Yes. Right, so we kind of settle with that. But when it came to, I think I did one year, 2 years in a, I think 2 years in a row, I became class 3 and class 2 sports boy
Champion
for
boy.
the year.
Champion boy, them guys.
Champion boy, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I participate in all the open events. You understand?
Yeah,
Plus, and every other thing that I can deal with. Because when everybody I want to go to them girlfriend, just do what them have to do and go with them, with them girlfriend and them friend. Me still in my shorts until time for go home. You know, and I remember I run a 400 meters and get called to do a long jump. When I can't remember who, maybe it was Bowell Blake saying he won the long jump. And when I came and did the long jump, I beat him. You understand? So all of my points gathered up. And I remember also a year when Waterhouse couldn't all through when we started sports day that year. Waterhouse couldn't win a race. And let me tell you, boss, I run a 1,500 meters.
On Wednesday.
Huh?
On Wednesday that?
No, man, that was on sports day.
Yeah, them you early.
Yeah, early. And let me tell you, man, when I run that 1,500 meter, somebody on the sideline, it was Meadowbrook, it was not Meadowbrookian. Because what happened, when I started the race, the man fired a gun and I was shocked. And I tried to gather myself. When me look, the man, them gone, leave me. And I said, what? So I joined them by the second lap. So when I joined them in the second lap, I was just running alongside with them. You have Terry Long I remember Terry Long was in that race. And maybe, Patrick Terry Long. And maybe Ferdinand Bento, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And I said, when I joined them, I said to myself, this pace too slow. And I remember my girlfriend, which is my wife now, came down there and came to sports there. But you don't know me, I've been impressed and thing.
She went to Meadowbrook to Donovan?
No, sir. She went to Pembroke.
Okay, all right. I got you.
But she was living somewhere around there in Meadowbrook.
Yeah, my wife went to Pembroke, so yeah. Good talk, yes.
Yeah, and let me tell you something, man. It's when I said this pace is too slow, and I step out from the man named Bridget, and then the man gonna talk about me as a boss. You know that word that when they might say you are a boss. And when you come in, when you come down the 100 meter straight, everybody are yeah. I feel so good, you know. And me I win the first race to the day. And when I reached the end, the finish line, I was tired, very tired, and I bent down and I looked through my legs. When I looked through my legs, you know, the man them just turned up at the 100 meter.
You run left them.
I left the man, that man. I tell you, but me not no seriously, man. It's a no makeup story, me I tell you, brethren. And it's a no makeup story. The track and field, it's like the track and field kind of just let me step out and be more visible in Meadowbrook.
You find your calling with the track and field.
Right.
Yeah,
because now the track and field mingle with the ladies from the netball team. We used to play them, you know. On holidays, we used to go down school practice before, you know, before champs come. We used to, summer you go to, and we lift weights and we play basketball and stretch the muscles and thing. And, you know, it just, everything just came together. And more people knew me than I know them.
Can you participate in the sport?
I mean, I participate me everywhere. And some of my friends tell me, like, some girls used to have crushes on me, and I don't know these people. I don't know them. Nobody never said nothing to me.
It's that loving from a distance, Donovan. I want it. You know that song there? From a distance.
I tell you, it was great. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun, man. Nah, lie, it was fun. And as I said, you know, it put me on the map.
So let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Because it was so much fun for you, and you tell your brother why I'm decided to come to Meadowbrook with you, or I'm the dust. Are you encouraging me to come to Meadowbrook, or I'm here about the fun we have? Come on, talk about the clear now.
As I said, it seems like everybody will leave the hills from Rock Hall School to Meadowbrook.
That's the first stop for them. Meadowbrook had to stop.
Right. But also, my brother used to come down on Thursday evenings.
I got you. And call your brother name. I couldn't know who I talk about.
Michael Carr.
Yeah, man, call him. Come there, you have to come represent him stories. You have to talk about him, but go ahead.
And I used to bring him to the school. Used to meet me at the school.
That time I go Rock Hall, same way.
Right. So he would meet all my friends. So the day when he passed from Meadowbrook and came to Meadowbrook, he was well known by a lot of my other friends.
Him done established already when him come out of school.
Right.
Yes, I know that.
And they were like, where's your brother? And he was just walking up and was like, there he is, you know.
I like him come out of school long time already.
Right. Like, you remember Sean Monroe?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Like, Sean Monroe play soccer in Meadowbrook Prep.
Yeah, man.
And by the time he came to Meadowbrook, he was already established and was on the Mannings Cup team.
And him have two older brother on the Mannings Cup team. So I don't know if you are aware of that.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man.
Didn't know that.
But no.
Nadia who? Nadia and with the next one here.
Nabe, Lalis and Muchika, Ashan, no, that never know them because the first year we got Meadowbrook, them was for last year for them.
Okay.
Muchika, I think, was captain of the Mannings Cup team. Van Monroe and younger Muchika younger brother, but him not fifth farm, never repeat fifth farm. Lawrence.
Yeah, man.
Lawrence Monroe, them play Mannings Cup. Big time ball them from Meadowbrook, man.
Yeah. I'm not to win practice with Mannings Cup team sometime when Sean play. I play with Sean.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Sean play Mannings Cup from first farm, man. Because they big.
Yeah.
But you're right, Donovan, they play prep school ball, but him they have the legacy when brother them play for me. His brother them never got Meadowbrook right through, and I think them came from Georges.
Okay.
Them repeat fifth farm and got sixth farm on Meadowbrook, so it wasn't like say straight through. But that's when you got Meadowbrook at 74, that was the last year they were there. But we know Sean good too. So but go ahead, Donovan, continue. You talk about Michael,
Yes, so Michael was kind of well known and him had a lot of friends real quick. He was like me, Michael was a man more outgoing, and if I read, if it's a egg him in a day, well, red as so is to speak, but I yellow or or orange.
Yeah, but you see, you make
So,
it easier for him because you don't introduce him to all our friends already. Him come a matter of
right.
him they done a paper we already. No understand why him just broad. Everybody
Yeah,
knows
man.
because of you. You did done set the pace team already. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So him came in and him fit right in.
Same they doing the sports like you, and they doing the sports. Him never in your
Well,
house.
yeah, man, he was in Ward
What
House.
else? So yeah, man.
And I became captain for a while of the Ward House, and I tried to get quite a few of Michael's friends and him to come and represent, and all these guys used to do. That's why Ward House never really do anything much. By the time sports day start, them I get ready for go another sports day at some girls' school, or them used to roll up. You remember back in the day, they used to roll up them sleeves.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Like an injection, them I got take. I know. Yeah.
Like them I show them muscles
Yes,
and things.
yeah, man. I remember that. Donovan.
Yeah, man. And you see them I go cross the field, and me can't get me don't have no time for them. Me just make them go about them business,
Yeah.
And maybe have to just try go around and gather up what I could gather to really represent us, And and I guess that's why maybe me and Stallion had to do so much more,
Pull on. You call back Stallion name. I don't remember if you answered the question, or because we drift a little from the conversation. You say you were surprised that Stallion became so good. Why were you surprised?
Because it's an everyday thing with us. We train together. Stallion was a workhorse, but I never knew that Stallion was that good because it's an everyday thing. We see him every day and thing like that. But I'm telling you, as I say, he was a workhorse. Mr. Griffiths used to work that man. If you ever see some of the tapes with Bolt,
you saying
that's Stallion.
Stallion workout.
Yes. Yeah, man. He was into it, man. Stallion, and he was built for it. Yeah, man. So,
Donovan, there's a question here. From my knowledge, I know you did track and field, you played some football and things like that, but did you play rugby?
yes. Oh, yes.
I'm gonna try remember one way you play, and which one you
played
represent.
the track team. I remember the track team. We're talking about another guy just come to my mind. Phipps.
Robert Phipps.
Robert Phipps, yeah.
Robert Phipps. I think Robert Phipps and Courtney Strudwick. I think Glenn Brown.
Yeah, and Ivan. You remember Ivan and Nigel?
Ivan
Hart.
Right. We used to be on the track team, and Mr. Griffiths used us because we had speed. And him believe in us, and him said, boy, him think we could have played the rugby. So it didn't take us much time to learn rugby. And we end up in a tournament. Not long after, we end up in a tournament. That rugby to me is a little straightforward, but you learn as you go also. And I end up playing for Meadowbrook and end up playing for Arawaks. Arawaks was the team for Jamaica. And I had to migrate, so I didn't stay at Arawaks for too long.
Iraq was a
and
rugby team.
yes, for Jamaica. So we played a tournament at was it Camanas Park?
Yeah, golf club. Yeah, I
Oh,
remember
but
the
that's a
club.
rugby tournament used to play. Yeah, I remember
Right,
that. Yeah, yeah.
Camanas
Yeah.
Park.
I think
And
Kraken was on that team to Donovan.
I believe so, you know. I believe so.
Kraken play.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Yeah.
And let me tell you, man, that again was another. Oh boy, that was something else, I tell you.
Another experience.
Because yeah, another experience, big experience, speed, not much power, but you have to use the head. You understand? And I had Phipps was the man of the match for the tournament.
Yeah.
Because Meadowbrook end up lose the first game to Tivoli. I remember that in the tournament, the first game in the tournament, and we went down to the losers competition. Losers, there was a losers competition, and we beat everybody that lose or lost that day. I end up playing back Tivoli in the finals. Yeah, man. And beat them. Yes. And my brother was on the team, the younger team. And they themselves won too. On the rugby team. Yeah, man. So Meadowbrook, I think we had played a team named what the name of that team again? Like it was an overseas name they had. I can't remember. But it was good. Great, another great experience. Another great experience. Well, when it come to the basketball and me I play basketball in the birds and I dribble my ball, me I lay up from before the top of the key, and lay up my ball because a short man. If me come too close, I slap with my ball. So everything is you have to formulate a plan or come up with a way of trying to make something for you work whenever you're doing sports. Me have to try to overcome my height. That's how, as I said, I became the championship boy for class 3 and class 2. Yeah, man, you have to really dig in. And it was kind of painful because it wasn't so conducive to me and my schoolwork because I was running. Play soccer even. I was captain of the Colts team for one time. I was doing all of that. I play a little cricket. Mostly interfarm cricket. Ferdinand Bent, the man they play with. Me used to bowl spins. And me used to tell them I bowl bat up and catch. Because when they hit my ball, the only way it's gonna go is go in the ear. No, I'm serious,
You tell them that.
And the ball dropping on my player them hand, and before them close them hand, the ball spin out of them hand.
Yeah.
So
which sport you never play, Donovan? Guys don't like me say every sport you play.
I never play a TT.
I went too slow, that one. I went too slow.
I believe I believe it was too fast, if faster than me or me faster than it. Me don't know how that go.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I couldn't do the TT. I mess around with a little what them call it, the little backgammon, the little one you punch over the net.
Oh,
Volleyball.
volleyball.
Well, volleyball to me, I grew up playing volleyball later, not at Meadowbrook, but I love volleyball. I became real good at volleyball. Yeah. And I had mentioned to you guys that we used to play against the girls, and that was fun, you know, because they could jump, but the guys could jump higher. Yeah, man. And when we catch a ball, you know, we release the ball even before we touch the ground. You know, and them couldn't keep us. The only thing they had over us when they had to stop and shoot the ball. They were better shooters.
Well, the girls,
You know.
yeah.
Yes. They were better shooters.
Let me ask you something, Donovan. Tell me some of the fun memories that we have in the classroom or upon the school, upon training ground. Give me some of the fun memories that we have.
Well, in the classroom was Miss Bartlett.
You talk about her, yeah?
Laugh every day is laughter and detention. Because that became routine.
Yeah.
You know. Other than that, if it's not track and field, which when I do track and field and play soccer, I get serious. Oh, you know, all right, okay, I just remember this. The best time for me in Meadowbrook. I don't know if any one of you guys remember when that water used to overflow up the hill.
Yeah, man. Dougie Crook talk about that, man. I say, man.
Regular thing.
Yeah, man. I regular. Freddie, I don't think Freddie know about that, Donovan, but Dougie, and I remember that, man.
Remember that, man?
We have a brethren, a brethren who used to be in our class. And when this man take PE, you know, PE are like the two last class. And I think his name was Rudolph Ross. And the man, you know, when Sacrifix work him out, you know, sorry for the brethren, man. In my pants, I make the water start to run down the hill.
Yeah.
It's when PE over him fat, you know.
Yeah.
Not even me could have catch him for a reason. The water till him was so fast. So those memories stand out. I'll give you something else that really, really, really stand out. Was when it rained. When it rained at Meadowbrook and we are bottom field, right? We used to take off, and we have PE. We used to take off our shorts. Me know for me take off my underwear because me now go home with no wet underwear under my clothes. Me go in the changing room and take off my underwear. Me take off my shoes and only in shorts. And me and the man go outside and I play soccer in a bridge. And remember the water run down the field. We have the grass. I charge in for a man and a man broke you, man. Trust me. And it shift you know what happen when I try to stop.
Yeah.
I drop.
Yeah.
I mean, that was more than that was so much fun. So that was so much fun, man. I tell me, I don't know if anybody else any year had them kind of fun like us.
No,
You know, anybody ever talk about that jelly?
No. But Dougie Crook start about the waterfall. And I remember it good too. Dougie, remember the girls them where used to come at the waterfalls and them just the amount of fun we have at the waterfalls, Donovan. You
Yeah,
can't, I
man.
just say it's hard to tell a man about it because you'd have to know it. You'd have to just see it.
Yeah, man. And you just lean against the rock.
Yeah. And water come down upon you, see me. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I tell you, man,
Mm-hmm.
it was so much fun. Meadowbrook, so much fun. It bring a good taste in your mouth, and it still give me that good taste in my mouth, man. Because
Yeah.
as I said in the little bio that I sent to you, I'm still a part of Meadowbrook.
Yeah.
You know, still a part of Meadowbrook, and I don't think I ever give up Meadowbrook.
So let me ask you a question, Donovan. What the most embarrassing moment you remember you can look back on with a smile?
Oh my. All right. I don't know if I should have mentioned it, but may I mention it. I remember that I end up with just one pants for school.
Yeah.
And doing the track and field, me start put on muscles, man. My leg muscle them was like,
To do all the weights.
yes. And I had to the outer seam for the pants, I used to cut it.
Yeah.
And it looked like an army pants because of a stripe or a policeman pants. It looked like a stripe, and I have to wear it go school. And the only one pants, and more time, evening time, if you ever get dirty, me I go and wash it and iron it till it dries, and wring it out in a towel and make it dry out, and in the morning, I get up and wring it out till it dry as best as I can, and then iron it, wear it to school. But I never really liked the scene, but I love school, so I have to go to school. By the hook or the crook, I go to school.
Yeah.
You understand? And I don't want to miss nothing. You understand?
Yeah,
because me alone can understand my notes. And if I have to take notes, if I have to look at any notes, I have to look at my notes.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. Yeah, man.
So you say the pants bust out or what?
Now me cut it out, man. You cut out the outer stitch.
Okay, I got to say look like a big Belfort pants. I hear you.
No. It looked like a seam. It looked like a police stripe.
Yeah, the color different.
The color different.
Yeah, no, that's the way I talk. I just realize it. So nobody never said that to you.
Oh.
I'm gonna realize it.
No, it don't seem so. I must see it and I say nothing. It wasn't easy, but we make it do,
Yeah.
Make it do, man.
Yeah.
Because it give me some. At the end of the day, I feel good just getting out and going down to school.
You love go school?
Yes, man. I love school, man. Love my sports. I love my school. Love some of the teachers, them.
Hold on, as you talk about that, which tell me some of the teachers that will inspire you.
Miss Jones.
What should they teach?
Maths for a little bit.
Yeah.
I think so. Miss Riley, beautiful teacher.
I remember.
And the geography teacher.
Miss Richards.
Yes. Yeah, man.
And what's some of your fellow students that you look on would inspire you?
Donna Dixon. Good friend of mine, Kenneth, also.
There's a Kenneth Abrams you mentioned earlier.
Yes. Me and them, man, they are good friends. Good friends until this day.
And why the man inspire you? What's so special about them, man? Why them inspire you?
You see, when I never have, those man gave me lunch money, you know. They had it more than me, and it was like nothing to them.
Yeah.
You know.
And I'm not making feel
And
no way.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
I also, I think Donut family used to travel, and them time skateboard came out, and I used to go by them. They used to live right there by foot of the hill
Yeah,
behind
Meadowbrook
the
Park,
gas
yeah.
station.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I I often go there and ride a skateboard. So I called my mom in America and I asked her for 2 skateboard, one for me and one for my brother. So we basically were the first 2 to introduce skateboard in Red Hills. Yeah. So they have some kind of effects, lasting effects, friendship wise. Learn a lot from them. We laugh and talk because last year I went down and I was like, fellows, we're getting to be 60. Could you believe it? Let's just I'm gonna come back down and we're just gonna do a little thing, just lime. We just go out for the weekend and just have some fun. The man them turned it to a big birthday thing in the park. And there was another friend named Roger Bassett. I don't know if you know him, Freddie.
Name so familiar, I can't picture the face now.
Roger Bassett came to school and I met him there when I was there. They called him up and Roger came over. And he was telling me because his father was kind of in some kind of business, they threatened his family, and because of fear, his father just sell everything and just left Jamaica. He didn't even sell it. He just left everything the way it was and take his family, took Roger and leave Jamaica. And we were talking and he said, boy, he don't know nothing about Jamaica. And I'm planning now to, take a vacation sometime soon. Me and him and Donat and Kenneth if he can, and we'll go back home and show him Jamaica. Not just us. No, I remember not much about Jamaica.
Yeah, I'm leaving a bitter taste in my mouth, so I'm not gonna look back
Yeah.
at all. I'm not gonna look back at all.
Yeah.
That happened to only people in the same day. That was.
Yeah, man. I know another thing. So there was a lot of people in Meadowbrook, and I found out this afterward, was going to school and working to support their family. And that was when I
support them family, Donovan. That's what I say.
Yes.
I never know that.
Yes, man. And I found out that afterward, and I was like, wow. And I was like, that's why I didn't see this person. That's why I didn't see that person.
Because if I work, that's what I mean.
They're working.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know one person now is a big time. I work a big time position in a Sagator, right? What the company name? Sagator Insurance.
Sagator, yeah. The big
right.
in Jamaica, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But it shaped a lot of our lives, man. I'm telling you. As I said, when I left Meadowbrook, I never went to college. And this is not tooting my horn, but I held on a job for almost 32 years at FedEx. And all because of biology and chemistry. And because FedEx had a department that dealt with hazmat. And I use my knowledge of chemicals, you know, and excel in that position. And became one of the top person in that position. You understand? So Meadowbrook wasn't a waste for me. You understand? And I somehow joined a association, a Meadowbrook Old Past Student Association, when they were New York, New Jersey, over 25 years. And still, I'm still with them. And this only COVID-19 kind of
stop that.
Yeah, and we're getting ready to go back on the attack. You know, we are about to go on the attack to get things started again.
With Donovan. What inspired you to say you want to be a part of that organization? You want to get back to your school?
Well, it's just because I love Meadowbrook, and I was searching. I didn't have much friends here in America when I came here, and when I start meeting school friends, first it was older friends, older people that went to Meadowbrook a long time ago. Some of the names I can't remember. I'm being very honest. Some of the names I just can't remember. And they were older folks, but they want to pass the torch, you know. And then I remember some other folks came in, like Ciari, his wife, quite a few more. And we started doing our little thing in New York. And it was like all of the members used to turn up at these dinner or dance or parties. We supporting ourselves. We would invite people and nobody would show up, you know. It's like people never like Brooklyn as much to party or to get together. So when we start taking it out of Brooklyn, now we start see the difference. And from then until today, we are still doing. And I never really take up a major role, but I was always there to give my assistance.
You always play an active role in the organization.
Yes, I'm now on the board. You know, I always invite Freddie and I look around to Freddie and Freddie must show up. You know.
Freddie contribute other ways as him say,
man. Yeah, man, he does, because I don't know if Freddie ever tell you this, but I'm gonna have to say this. Well, sometimes they have some kids that graduate Meadowbrook and get scholarship that come to schools here that Freddie and some other people get in touch with. And we used to, you know, get food and money and thing, and we would take it to them to help them out. And I don't know, Freddie?
Yeah, man, I'm here, man. Just get into that. I'm just like stay behind the scene, you know?
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
And that which Donovan just mentioned with the scholarship people. A lot of times people get scholarship or just come up here and go in school and them have it difficult on campus. And Donovan used to do a good job in terms of providing food. We used to get the food like on weekends. Go by house, I would go by Donovan house and he would take out everything and say, boy, Freddie, take out everything they might need. You know? I would just go in and take out the stuff that I think they might need, because everything them can cook and down. And then I would make sure they get their share first before him keep his, you know? And which is great. A lot of people don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very difficult for a lot of people who try and get scholarship and they come and the parents don't have it sent from Jamaica to them. So we here have to help them out.
Mm-hmm.
And cancer boy Donovan was a giant in terms of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know Donovan used to get some of the food from still, but call me and say, boy, Freddie, come some things for the youth. Them I'm going and just digging. And not even that, but it's not only medical people used to benefit from it. There were even JC boys who get some kind of assistance from Donovan effort in terms of the food. You know, we must applaud that. Personally, I applaud it, and I know some people don't even know, but since Donovan bring it out, I just say it, you know.
Yeah.
A great work, Donovan.
Yeah, man. Thanks, man.
Let me ask you a question, Donovan, because you say you left Meadowbrook 80. So by the time Meadowbrook win the Woolipa Trophy, because Woolipa Trophy win in 19 years after it, were you aware how Meadowbrook decided upon the map? How you feel if you were aware of those victories that
I
Meadowbrook?
feel good, man, because when I listen to a man like Siadi and with the soccer, and I know Meadowbrook, little after I think it was Sunlight, guys was doing good in Sunlight Cup.
Yeah, man, when you win up after a while, you win 3 Sunlight
Right.
Cup. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then the Gobblers, them used to do the soccer, and I felt real good. And I even come up here and I met some of these guys, and even Freddie was there. We played against other schools in tournaments in the Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, every which way you think of, I'm Meadowbrook. I'm representing Meadowbrook.
Yeah, give back. Yeah.
Yes, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, we
Yes.
just for people, because what me and Donovan to do is transport the New Jersey people them from Jersey.
Carry over New York.
Yeah, so
Right.
could I come and see how they and Kerry, Marie, Nikki, them would get the food and
Yes,
just
man.
just used to run.
Yeah, man.
But
We do.
Yeah, go ahead,
Go ahead.
Donovan. Sorry. No, you go ahead.
Well, we didn't care much about the outcome, how it gonna be. Our hopes was to win, but they getting together and meeting each other, coming together again and again and again.
Yeah.
It just bring joy and a sense of just giving. It's like as quite a few of us don't care about not that we just want to give, we just want to be there, we just want to see our friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Just want you really commemorate them a certain way. I hear you. Yeah.
Yes, man. Yeah, man.
Let me ask you a question. As a member, as I say, an integral man from the Hills Posse, were you aware at the time, or even before mentioning it tonight, that somewhat man from the Hills, they got Meadowbrook, and the contribution of them gay? Are you aware of the significance of the contribution of the man who come from up in the hills, Red Hills Rockers, Sterling Castle?
Yeah, man. Yes. Because I know about Pele. I know the Curtis them. I want to let you know that Curtis, Query,
At a lesbian, yes.
right, are my family.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yes. Because Carr is a big name in Rock Hall.
Yeah.
And they mix with a lot of family like the Davis, the Curtis, the Query.
Yeah.
And some other more people, Their lesbian is my family. Yeah, man. And I know Noel Curtis. I know he passed away.
Recently, last week, I big him up. I talk about him, send out a little tribute for him and all them. Yes.
Yeah, man. He was good in the cricket.
Yeah, man. Big time cricketer, that man. Can't stop big him up a certain way, man.
Yeah, man. He was a good cricketer.
Yeah. You say we are the exploit of the Hills Posse, then. You well known the contribution of the man from the Hill. Meadowbrook can't repeat them. Yeah, go ahead.
And the cricket, the sports part of the Hills people, Donovan. Me continuous thing. It never stopped. It's like a
It never,
continuous.
it
Because
never stopped.
I went there the same thing. I went back and teach again. Same thing because I come to Ricketts. You know Jocelyn Ricketts and all those. Because when I went
Yeah,
there as teacher, you know people
yeah,
like Jocelyn and them you have netball, you have people like Karen Martin, and it keep going. Cheryl Alexander,
yes.
and everybody just coming through this continuous thing. So what really, you know, kind of fuel that kind of thing in terms of sports with the Hills people then.
Yeah,
And
man.
you don't have a good feel or anything. So what was it? You know?
Yeah, good question.
But I really like
I think what Freddie asked Donovan is, what you think contribute to the fact say the man and woman from up at the hills? I mean, I like it's a woman who live from the hills past who come tell her story.
We were basically into sports.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? We used to play soccer because I joined the Raiders United Youth Club.
Mm-hmm.
And there was youth clubs or clubs. Now, Raiders Youth Club was the most organized. We led the charge in Raiders, and but you had team from Belvedere, you have team from Burnside Valley, Walker's Hill, Pleasant Valley, and all over Stirling Castle. We used to play our tournaments, our soccer tournaments. The school used to have sports day at the Belvedere field. Rockall used to come down to Belvedere and have their sports day also. So it was a competitiveness between schools and each other. If like suppose I went to Rockall and some of my other friends went to Redders, and you know we meet in different clubs, and we want to beat each other. We want to prove who is better than each other, you know? There's always competition. Was always competition when it comes to the Hills people. And you'll find that like me in the mornings on a Saturday morning before day by dawn, before the sun even come out, you have a bunch of people that call through the darkness. Donovan, you ready? That time I tie them, I put on my shorts, I put on my boots, my sneakers, and we are go around Belvedere, and on the way we just shout out people, and I say we have a ball field, and we start when we go field, we are juggle ball until sun start come out, so when we can see better. Cause say a red ball, cause red is it name, and a red ball we have see, so we have to wait till the sun come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, some man, Brenton, you have some man, you say, boss, you used to play barefoot,
Yeah.
and I like and the man they kick ball like as football boots them have on,
Yeah.
And I kick it from one side of the field to the other, like you have a man they call Little Man and Alvin, they was brothers, man. And let me tell you something. But as I said, the competition and the competition was it didn't even started at Meadowbrook, It was already in me even before I got to Meadowbrook,
Yeah,
because
that is so like there was a competitive spirit amongst the
yeah,
before
and
Meadowbrook, yeah.
I remember I go as far as about age 5. I remember some of the big man them when them used to be at the Belvedere field, Belvedere Oval, them used to call it. And the man they used to play ball. I used to watch them as a youth. And them I try to get the ball from them. Used to run through all them foot, and try to get soccer ball. So you see, it was in me. I don't know how we can ever stop. Me see a ball, me get antsy, man.
You want to play? You want to hold it?
Yes, ma'am. I was sick the other day, and a girlfriend of mine bring a soccer ball in at the hospital, come give me. you know, because you know my love for soccer,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, and that kind of, when I came out, I used to bounce the ball on the wall and kind of help me come back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man,
So
but
it's supposed to feel nice. The World Cup are going on now then.
boy, I tell you, boss, it's
We're not going to talk about that much because that's going to distract you now.
yeah.
Let me ask you another question, another one. What the best learning experience you get from Meadowbrook?
Learning.
The best learning experience you get by coming to Meadowbrook?
The best learning experience I get to Meadowbrook, I can only say how to communicate with people and show love. And I'm gonna expound on that. There was this guy that did something in Meadowbrook, and I don't know where I got this from. I could have get him expelled. And can't call no names.
No, we're not for calling him.
And I don't know where it came from. But I said, listen, brethren, you can't do that, you know. No more you can't do that. And if I ever see or hear you anything like this happen again, I have to talk. Because I want to find out who was doing certain things. And that thing sat in me quite a few times. I remember these things. You understand? I remember these things.
So hold on, Donovan, hold on. So when you learn that, and Meadowbrook, what about Meadowbrook, where you learn to have the compassion, if you say, boy, you know what? You don't necessarily want him getting in on a problem. You show him compassion.
Because it wasn't easy to get in a school to have an education and pass your exam and go in. Some people try get into school and can't get into it. I don't know how it came to me like that because I was pretty young. And at them time that you don't really think about that. Yeah, you want to make a name for yourself and you have to tell why I him do it and this and that. No, but I was very sympathetic and said, boss, yeah, you can't, I can't do that. You understand? Can't do that. That was always in me, you know? Yeah, man. And it was, I just have the love. And I grew up having love for people. And my wife of 37 years, I just end up just showing the love. You understand? I try to do it with my kids. You understand?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I go out there, I see people, I go through some things, and I just, you know, by family members mostly, and I say, all right, such and such, and we deal with that thing, and you know, yeah. So I just saw we have to give back. That's why giving back to Meadowbrook comes easy for me.
Because I know today I do it.
Very easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you trying to go to school and from the day you give back to that man, then I say, no, I don't matter that again, you know.
Yeah, man.
Now I go bust on a certain way. Yeah. You learn that from long time. You learn that from school. You have compassion because you want a man get a chance.
Yes.
Yeah, I give a man a chance to say, boy, I'm not going to give a blind this time.
You know how I felt. All right. When I first take the exam for common entrance.
Yeah.
I was basically the top of my class in Rock Hall. So I was basically shoved into the common entrance class not knowing. Okay. So they put me in the class and they said, oh, you're gonna take exam, never prepare me.
Yeah.
Right? So I didn't pass. So I was like, wow, I can't believe this. I was even thinking common entrance. So when Miss Dudney, God bless her soul, she passed along. And the next year I was more prepared. And I was comfortable. I had fun in the exam. I was finished with some of the papers and just, you know, just put them down and ready for the next and next. What you have next? You know, I was ready. So I'm telling you, man, it's that first year never get a chance, and I realized the seriousness that when you get the paper and you're looking through the paper, and because even that never crossed my mind until, you know, somebody said exam come out, you know.
That's a common entrance attack. Getting that thing said.
Right.
Yeah.
Coming out the paper. And then you realize if you don't get that chance of getting a pass the exam, you'll deal with grade 9 achievement tests, and you never know where you might end up because those are different schools you're going to enter into. You know, and then when I got prepared and I got more serious and it became fun to me. So I understand the gravity of just wanna pass an exam and get into a high school. So for me, in my mind, to just say, that bus pan a man and him a get thrown out of school, it was never me.
Never crossed your mind at all.
No, never me at all.
Yeah, because the love where you get from Meadowbrook, you say you have to pass it on.
Yeah, man. Meadowbrook the night, man.
Let me ask you another question, Donovan. What life lesson you learn at Meadowbrook, you pass on to your friends and family?
What was that?
What life lessons you learn at Meadowbrook, you pass on to your friends and family?
Life lessons, how would I say? Life lessons that you just have to adapt to anything you come across. Pressure, new people in power, and go with the flow, because basically going with the flow make you adapt. You can't go against the grain, because if you go against the grain, it's not going to work out for you. You can't go too fast than how things are set. You have to be a little laid back and watch, you know, how things run, and then you jump in and you might get into a lane where it will more apply to you to move forward. You know? Yeah, man.
Sometimes you have to slow down, that's what I say. Sometimes you have to slow down and see
Most
the flow
definitely. Most definitely.
You want to slow the flow about before you say, yeah, make
right.
Because you want to go with the flow.
Yeah.
It's easier for you a certain way. If you want to go with the flow,
it
then.
Is. Yes, man. Yes, man.
Because sometimes you have to make the flow go. You have to make it go on sometimes. You're saying, I'm ready for that.
Yeah, sometimes you have to lower it and make it go on, man. Because it come on back, you know.
Yeah.
I remember, you know, every if you have age with you or go good with you, every year a chance you can go back around next year. Just get prepared. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, go ahead, Freddie. So like you say something.
No, we just say, boy, you have to just wait for the next trip. Come again, you know.
The floor go always there. You just have to wait for it sometimes. Sometimes I know the right time to make a move, so you just wait. You never know. And if you wait, if you're patient, you wait, your time will come up.
Definitely,
Donovan. Let me ask you a similar sort of question, but it's sort of different. What message would I give to existing students, our future students, our staff member, anybody who going to hear this podcast, 5, 10 years from now, what message you give them? Any student who are going to Meadowbrook or any teacher who are there Meadowbrook, what message you have for them?
My message is, if you go to Meadowbrook, you can't just go to Meadowbrook just to get an education or teachers just to get a paycheck. You have to be a part of the family. Because when you become a family member, you belong. You understand? And family go a long way. Because I found that out. You know, that family, because when I left Meadowbrook, I was like searching for people from Meadowbrook.
Yeah, search for family.
Right. And when I found them, I just developed a more family, just get with them and, brethren, have fun. Just like how we are talking with you and Freddie, and I remember the good old days, and you can remember some of the things and that I don't remember. And the teacher, if a teacher is gonna come to Meadowbrook and say this is just a paycheck, to him or her at the wrong place. I also think that students that end up going to Meadowbrook, they got to know that changes are coming. The same way you're going to Meadowbrook is not the same way you're going to leave Meadowbrook. No way you're going to leave Meadowbrook the same way. Because if you realize that Meadowbrook have a lot of lawyers and doctors out there, right? You have a man like Rattigan.
Yeah, Rattigan is attorney too. Yeah.
Right. He was at our dinner dance about 3 years ago. And he was a part of what? The FBI. So, as I said, you will never leave Meadowbrook the same way you enter it. So get prepared for changes, because changes is going to be there. You have to adopt changes. You can learn from it, and you can have people learn from you making those changes. You can help people's life. You can help shape their life. That's the most the teachers. You got to love your job. You understand? You have to love your job. That's Meadowbrook. You have to love your job. I talk about me. I think about teacher like Miss Millwood. I think about principal like Mr. Tarp and McLennan.
Yeah.
Yes. You understand? I never think those people were selfish enough to not care about the students. You know, they care about the students, and a lot of students love them. I know Miss McLennan, the guys, she loved the guys more than how she could draw to the ladies, because she want the lady to be prips and
proper.
The proper. Yes, she want her girls to be the top of the list, looking good at all times.
Yeah.
So you cannot fight a teacher like that, or headmistress like that.
Yeah.
You understand?
She was a proud lady, man. She was proud.
Yes.
Yeah.
And but say some of the girls like, really, what is she talking about? But if you look back at it, it would have helped a lot of some of these young ladies.
Yeah.
And when you get into an institution like that, if you have certain things about you, you need to try change it, because it's preparing you for life. Because Meadowbrook did prepare me for life, even though I didn't understand it at that time. But thinking back, it did prepare me for life. And I can say that, yes, I can say that to anybody, anyone at all. I went back to Meadowbrook and being a part of the association. I try to find ways of getting people into the school to let them be a part of Meadowbrook, because I know what Meadowbrook was, because my brother's son ended up going back to Meadowbrook.
Yeah.
Going to Meadowbrook,
Yeah, as a student.
Yes, as a student. And he graduated. Yeah. Yeah.
a long tradition then. I'm
Yes.
proud of that. I'm
Yes,
proud of that
man.
tradition. So, yeah. I'm going to ask you Freddie a question, but you first. I don't know if Freddie ever answered that question, but you can answer this first, Donovan. How it make you feel? I bring up back all the Meadowbrook memories after 40 odd years.
But it make me feel good. And it's good to jar the memory. I am too old to relive it, but if I could relive some of it, I'd do it proudly. Not lie. And there's some things I would do a little different. I would have do more book work and less running.
The sports, yeah.
Yeah, man.
You can't thank your classmate Ian Chung. I don't know if you remember them, Ian and Richard Chung. Ian give me that question and I'm start asking from.
Yes, man. Yes.
Give me the question. I love the question because you just ask someone how them feel about just bring about them thing, yeah. And Freddie, I don't know if you ever answered that question. How it make you feel? I talk about them old memories, yeah.
Tell you, the thing is, in truth, I talk about Meadowbrook almost every day, so it's like it's not new. It's just me, because I become so passionate about the school till when I talk about Meadowbrook and some of the memories, you just get goosebumps. You can know, Jerry, because now you talk so often about them things.
Yeah, man.
And
Meadowbrook memories, them, yeah.
You know my emotion when it comes to them things.
Yeah.
Because by one point I told you that when it comes to my mother, my country, and Meadowbrook, don't say anything bad. And then again, between me and Donovan spent hours in a Donovan basement to talk about Meadowbrook. So it's like, we can't stop finding things to talk about Meadowbrook. And one thing is when me mention Meadowbrook, most people think me go Meadowbrook forever.
Yeah. From first time, like Donovan and me, yeah.
And I only came to Meadowbrook for third and fourth farm. And I'm just fall in love with the place. And since I went to Meadowbrook 1977, every single year until this day, a family member is at Meadowbrook.
From your family, yeah.
My family represent Meadowbrook at almost everything.
Yeah.
So that's Meadowbrook for me.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Anyway, Donovan, before I ask you the last question, I always ask a question number 4, go to the last question. Because I seem to take it almost 2 hours there talk already, and they come like on and on.
What?
Yeah, man. I seem to take it, my brother. Is there any question or topic where you think we could have bring up, or we never bring up at all? Or anything where you want to bring up, or we never bring up at all? What you want to talk about? The floor is yours.
I'm freestyle now, Donovan. You're a freestyle.
Well, well, I just jump off on this. Well, I don't know if you'd ever want. I listened to some of the podcasts and you had question like whoever had crush on and stuff like that. I went to Meadowbrook for so many years. I never had a girlfriend in Meadowbrook. And most people do have a crush or a girlfriend in Meadowbrook or any school they go to. I never did.
You never have no girlfriend or you never have no crush? Which one?
I never have a crush.
Freddie, I'm not going to say it, but that.
No, I never have a girlfriend because I had met my wife
very early.
Early. And to this day we are together.
Yeah, man, big respect for that. Big
respect. And I felt comfortable.
Yeah.
When I see some of these girls in class, all right. And not a question you could ask, because I was just thinking, how do you get along with, I don't know if you'd ask, how do you get along with each student or students in your class? And I'm going to tell you why I asked.
Oh, that's a good question. I'm going to add that one to Donovan. But that's tell me why I asked the question and answer it. Yes,
I'm going to tell you this. In maths class, and it was a regular thing, say most young ladies don't like maths.
That's true.
Right? So, I don't like them English. And they used to like Mr. Lawson, sir, so how you get this, how you do this? But to me, that was a distraction in the class. Big distraction. And I used to kind of take over the class and say, listen, the teacher is going to tell you how to do it. Just follow the steps. You understand? That's what me get for love maths,
Yeah.
Because remember, the maths book used to have the answers.
Yeah.
But I never used to look at the answers. I do them. I would like when I go home and do my homework, I would do my maths first, then look at the answers. You see, if I don't get it right, that not going on my homework book until it's right, So there was a problem that Mr. Lawson, he gave us homework on, and I spent hours on before I really got it. And when we went to class, not even Mr. Lawson could I get it. So I had to take my book and I went up and I showed them.
Yeah.
But I always try to tell them because it kind of bring a rift. You love your friends in class, your classmates. But sometimes they get on your nerve like any other institution you work in. And you have to basically kind of want to guide them. You understand? You want to guide them in a sense that make it easier for all of us and yourself. You understand? So listen and learn. Just follow the book. Follow what is given. Follow the examples. It's the easiest way of learning. And I used to, if he give me like chapter 1 and 2 to do, I would go to chapter 3 and 4. So when him get to 3 and 4 now, but there are 5 and 6.
Yeah.
Because that's a given. Yeah. So getting along with your fellow classmates in class first, because what you do in class kind of put you outside of the classroom to get along with them. You want to get along with them because I just saw that tape on the class on the children in school where they had that fight. In Meadowbrook.
I saw that too.
It was very disturbing.
Yeah, it was. I saw that tape to Donovan, yeah.
And I said to some of the members, the
New York chapter.
People that our work is not finished.
No, work just begin, Donovan. Is that transition?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
With you see, just like as I say, sometimes you need to counsel. We have to find ways of going now in the school to counsel.
Yeah, man.
I'm not a counselor, but I believe I can be a counselor.
I know, you're glad you mentioned that, because I've talked about this a couple of podcasts already before, and hopefully by the time the podcasts are come out, because the whole when I come out yet, and that's when I hear it. I've talked about the specific things, and I've spoken to, I don't know if you know that girl, she's a part of the, active in the old students, Salome.
Yes.
And she said she go down and she carry out, remember that little girl, she carried them out for lunch one idea them. And she felt so good I do it. And then afterwards, I talked to another farmer head girl now from Meadowbrook. When we just go there, she name, Donna White for the bird. And me and her talk, and me I say, it would be nice.
Yeah, man.
It would be nice if we could have a program, and then I will not talk to somebody who say it exists already, but no, it exists it needs to exist in a structured way. But the idea me have, not my idea, but just use people's idea and I say, what could happen? We need to have a program, a systematic program where every day a man from a past student from Meadowbrook, even if they are foreign, I'm saying I'm going to go get a man at Meadowbrook and say, go sit down and eat lunch with one of the youth them or a little girl. Every day. 10-15 minutes, I'm going to buy 4 patty and 2 of them sit down and eat 2 patty. It's not for me nothing big enough, nothing big or nothing special, Donovan. Just I say,
being there.
Yes,
Being there
yes. And I Donovan talk about the council that me I think, but it have to do in a structured way, I don't want a man to show up at the school and say, I'm going to do this or do that, My register himself, and you follow me, I say, go through the process, Donovan. So registration and those, but me I say, we need to have a structure and a system in place where.
You know, a schedule, where you know some boy put down the day, tomorrow, and whatever.
Yeah. It me not see why it can't. It not
what
money. I'm on there foreign and I must say, maybe just send on a month a month, go buy a lunch to the youth them today, or buy a lunch to that person. Yeah.
That could be something we organize through the guidance department.
Yeah, man. But me as a Freddie, it have to be in a structured
way.
A regular way. It have to be like a part of a DNA, like what Donovan talk. But it have to be like say.
So you know where the funding coming from too.
Yeah.
Most of that Meadowbrook, Jelly, is something we start and people say it's active, but it's not functioning.
Right. That's the word, Freddie. It have to be sustainable, man. It can't be something.
Yeah.
It have to be something, and the only way it can be sustainable, but for constantly I talk about it, and I said, but join the program here, become part of the mentoring program. I like your Donovan. And just go to school back, just go send a money if they're foreign, send a money to a man. Go buy yourself a lunch today and buy the youth them a lunch, and just go buy 2 parties for the youth them at the school. Spend 15 minutes, 30 minutes I eat lunch with a little boy or a little girl. And trust me, if we do that on a regular basis, we'd have changed the culture of the school in no time.
Yeah. A regular thing that, man, because if you can do that regularly, Jelly, and even 4 kids with you, if you can. If you can't, then you do it with 2.
Freddie, I think about this now, but I say 1. I'm on this. I say every day now, every day. A different old student. They say limited if you say 2 old students that they go down there and say 2 every day. By the time you're done, Donovan, you go through the school population every year. You go through the new set of students, man, they attack. And you interact. And you say, what tell me I go on to the school? You tell me you used to go to school and all them with it. I'm going to talk back to her this week because when I think about it.
I'll tell you a situation with Beanie. Beanie as a Mannings coach.
Yeah.
Beanie does some really good things, and people don't even realize because they say you have some man out there look on the Mannings court.
Right. On the glamour thing, yeah.
Since Beanie been at Meadowbrook, even since Beanie sent me a conversation with him and one of the kid who is a lower 6 student who I am now in the process of trying to get a scholarship.
Yeah.
And being and talk with a youth there. And let me tell you, some serious things come out of the conversation. And being there that I talk with one-on-one. Being that man will now go down and make him one porridge and get the youth them. Him can afford to just make some porridge. Yeah. And you tell the youth them appreciate it.
Well, that me I talk about, Freddie, but it shouldn't be just Beanie alone. That me I talk about.
That's what I'm saying now. And being this close to it, I am close to it because I went to Jamaica there for business. And every day I find myself at the school.
Yeah, I say if you just do it or make it available for a man, your version of Jamaica, without even making a fancy about it, you just do it.
Oh, simple, yeah. Because being not come out and say it.
You don't look no mileage out there, you don't look for no picture take or nothing. You just want to do it, Donovan. That's something I look on it.
One time I almost get upset when someone talk about the score and things of a change and all and something there.
No.
Because one day people come by, come see what being here and do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You have to build love. You have to build some
culture for
togetherness.
Yeah.
We don't talk about winning Mannings Cup and winning this and winning that. We talk about the school overall, you know?
Culture won't change, man. We have to change the culture and then we can't start talk about winning, Freddie. I agree.
Right now, them kids their fight. I know I didn't start thinking about it because I said, what could they be fighting about?
Yeah. Well, listen, until we start talking to them one-on-one, we're not going to know. Until we start up the conversation with Donovan and talk about. So I'm going to talk to Donna this week and say, because about month ago, I talk to her about it and just say if she have. Because I'm going to start talking up on the conversation we have every week.
I have to deal with because there's a couple of girls who used to have on a track team when we'd have a really good track team in the 90s. And a few of them write on them comment on status and everything. I said, boy, what is that going on with school? So me turn to them and say, right now, you know, who you asking? The school is right there, the address don't change.
Yeah, them if you go find out, a good question, Freddie. But ask for what go to the school, go find out what go talk to the student them. Exactly. No man, I show them I take man. Yes. If you're dead there, you just go find out, yeah.
If you go to the school gate and say, boy, tell the security, I'm here to see Mr. Facey, and what you need to see Mr. Facey about, him now tell you to turn back.
Yeah.
Go in and find out. Don't come ask one up with social media about what.
That's right. You see what I want, right, Freddie? That's what I want.
The person actually live doing the park.
But that's why I want a structured system in place. I'm going to talk about it every week. That a man knows, say, no, go join the mentoring program, you know. Go carry out, go lunch every day. It's available. You sign up, you register. Because when I want a man go there and think some can just walk in at the school, it have to be organized and structured, Donovan. So I'm going to talk to her this week and make sure the infrastructure in place before I start talking up a whole leave.
Donovan bring up that point still, you know. Really appeal Donovan bring up the point.
Because, right. Like I talk about Donovan, mentoring thing.
This is what we know.
Yeah. Because so
that's
what
we
culture. I still want to change the culture, my brother. It now got to change
That's the only way. That's the only way.
One on one. Me now go step back and
yeah,
say,
because you know.
Me now ask a question about what I go on in Meadowbrook. Me I say no. Whatever I go on, we who there can contribute to change it to a different way. And that's why I look on it. One-to-one conversation. I don't blame nobody. Some people blame administration, I blame this and I blame that. I mean, I blame game. I say, okay.
Yes, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Fix this. Yes.
All of the kids them come from different backgrounds.
Exactly. What are we
so
going to do to fix this?
When, as I said, I'm not an expert, but when you kind of understand, I try to understand these kids. The different background, their different situation.
Complex thing, Donovan. Very complex
right.
thing, man.
And because it, as I said in my conversation, it could have been different for me too.
Exactly,
but
exactly.
I end up making friends, and I wasn't in the hoopla and the craziness. I was more focused. You have to give them something that they're good at. And you have to find out. That's why guidance is a key.
The conversation, Donovan. That's how we start the conversation. That's all me
yes.
Say.
Guidance.
The conversation. So that me I go encourage. Me not go encourage
man.
But having one-on-one conversation and then give the feedback. And
right.
Ask the question, what can I do to change this?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No way. No look at what the school can do for you. What we are going to do for Meadowbrook? It give you a whole heap of Donovan saying this conversation. Everything we miss is because of how Meadowbrook treat him. And the exposure. Donovan can't forget what you say now, Donovan. You come to Meadowbrook and you say, never see certain color people yet.
but we live good, Jelly. We live good, we never fight. We never fight, on a different color people.
I tell you, right, exactly.
You know?
In the height of the politics, and no fight nobody. I'm not for certain things at all. No political, no matter which PR, no PR at all. So, and I know, and not never more political than Jamaica and the same thing, but it never the Meadowbrook. Never the Meadowbrook here, Donovan. It's the outside of the school gate. No matter not inside of the school at all.
You can read the paper in the library and talk about it in a jail, remember?
Exactly, and about discussion. Exactly, two sides. One for the debate inside of the library. Strong debate. Exactly. We're never afraid of the debate.
To pick up the paper because you couldn't buy newspaper, so the library newspaper was a read.
Yeah, man. So that was the environment we better create for we, man. So no way I talk about, man. No way I talk
man.
But I bring up that
these people have to wear the school uniform with pride.
Yeah, man. But to start the conversation here, Donovan, I'm going to try. I'm going to encourage, I'm going to talk back to Dana and say if you have that system set up, that program that's set up, that we can start talk about it. And just say, you go there, so go sign up, and go there, so go do that. I don't going to tell people. So, you know why you're not arguing. If you want to contribute back to the school, go there, so go sign up, go spend $10, and go carry a youth go school. A youth or a little girl, go buy lunch to them the day. Simple. I so I keep it simple, not than one. Less than $10, not more than that.
You see,
Yeah.
that's why I was so hesitant for even say anything when Donovan mentioned the question of linking up as medical people, because sometimes, and people know it, I'm very controversial because I never usually just agree to things like that. And when I start ask questions, people become a little bit tentative in providing answers and all them things, and
Yeah.
I know became a deviant in most cases. So that's why I draw away from the whole Meadowbrook thing, and I wanted it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I can draw away more reserve and do things from behind the scene
But this.
because I can remember I stayed in Westchester, Portmore when I went down the other day, and rain. I tell you, shower. I'm not saying I'm missing no football training can't go on a Meadowbrook because everything flood out. But we never turn back
You gotta see them.
because we never really go up there for the football. I just want to go on Meadowbrook.
This is what I
You know,
see you. I see the environment. Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
to go on Meadowbrook. I'm going to Meadowbrook and sit in the PE room and talk to the PE teacher them until the rain finish.
Yeah. Yeah.
No
Yeah.
training. But we have so much to talk about.
Yeah.
So just go to school, man. I want people to just turn up at the school.
No,
Just turn up. Don't
no, you
ask
see,
somebody what.
no, I mean, I just want them to turn up for them. Want to turn up in a structured way and a systematic way. I don't
Because
want,
even
Yeah,
with
man.
want it
even
organized in a way a man knows him have to register Donovan. You know Freddie, you can't just turn up and show up, a man know you. But I want whole heap of people show up, so them have to register, give them name and wait for them need to give, make sure it's properly vetted, and them show up at this. This not a whole heap of link in Donovan. I just say a man register and I say, you know, I want to go back and spend $10 to buy 2 party for the day. And that's
Yeah.
it. That is it. If you want to leave him virgin and money for buy a spliff, him can give him that too. I said, go on, go make sure you can't do go alone, but and you go do what you do it after the other money me send go give you. It's simple
Yeah,
as that.
man.
We just want
Yeah,
the man
man.
to go back and talk to the youth, man. That's all me want, man. That's all me want.
And
Want the
and and
conversation start.
and me
Yeah.
personally, even if you can, I don't know. I don't know if it work, but even if you want, put some kind of video tape into it, and
That's a good idea,
because
Donovan, because the phone
it can
there.
help.
No,
It
hold
can
on.
help.
Donovan, I love the idea there. That can I'm
Yeah,
gonna
man.
talk
It
about same
can
time.
help another one, you know. It can help somebody else to go through the
And guess what,
same
now, for protect
problem.
people's privacy, now if we been a video in it, can be just audio conversation, you know.
There you
The video
go.
thing I got exposed. That's why I have them conversation without the video, you know. Cause I don't want nobody to see
Yeah,
nobody's face. Just audio and a man
yeah.
hear the conversation, little girl or little boy attack, and you hear the compassion or the love where I hear from them, or hear the help
Yeah,
them
man.
need. No, that's a good idea,
Yeah.
Donovan. Don't just have the conversation. Say, no, I want to take this conversation, yeah. Because I want it go out the fellas people hear. And you
Right.
never forget your name, you know. It can't
No.
just remain anonymous. We don't want to call out nobody else, rope nobody at all. Just say you're going
Yeah.
to go class in and don't even call your name, Donovan. And put it
True.
on the side, a man can hear, say, yeah, man, this is a way, a mentoring program where we have. Listen to the student. I love the idea, of Donovan. I
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
love the idea the way you come up with. Just tape it
Situation.
and record
I
it.
get a quick situation with the football team. I'll be telling you, we go down there for less than 2 weeks. I know everybody on the football team.
Yeah.
There's a kid on the football team who is like 16-year-old,
Yeah.
but I'm not second form.
Yeah.
Because I'm in condition, I'm situation. But never run him out.
Mm-hmm.
And every school you go see a 16-year-old in a second
Second
form.
form, right.
And when I
Right.
get in second form, I ask Beanie then, him probably can play Colts and Pepsi. Beanie said, no, him can't play none of them.
Too old.
Yes, but him can't make the Manning Cup team time wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
But Beanie never drop him because him coming out for the football was a big contribution to his whole development.
Yeah, for him, development, yes. In number 16 is like,
When him gonna play out on the field, Beanie say, all right, then go try goalkeeping. But find something for him to stay and people talk to him. Paul Gabler come and talk to him. And I now talk about him situation for anybody to hear. But we could go in and see these things, man. Let us go in and see.
them things we are talking about, man. Exactly.
Yeah,
So,
man.
I mean, I say
Donovan,
every story. Go ahead, Freddie. Sorry.
no, I said Donovan is $1 million thing you come up with.
Yeah, man. For just tape the conversation, them and make it remain anonymous. That when I have called out nobody name, we just want people you understand the situation and the student where I go. And then
Yeah.
you see from the start here the story them, I saw you go say the compassion come in where you talk about, you know, man. I say, right, that's how the youth them that are going. You hear it from the
Yeah,
horse's
man.
mouth. Just hear it from them
Because
horse's mouth. But
we can make prime minister out of somebody who don't even care about school.
Exactly, Donovan.
You know,
Exactly.
we can make teachers, can make professors, you know, because once you bring them interest from where they're coming from into Meadowbrook so they can excel and knowing that there's better out there for them. You know, once you get into that groove, man, oh man.
Yeah, man, I
You see,
got talk back to her about it, Donovan. Because I love the idea, you know. I kind of know exactly what I want. If it's set up and all them with it. I'm going to push it. Because once it's set up and structured, because we don't want it without it being structured enough, Freddie.
yeah.
Structured in
It's
a way
better
when
that
say,
way.
yeah, we talk about it every week. I'm on here about it every week. You run some ad feed and you promote it. And I'm on the start about it. And everybody want to be a part of it. Yes.
Use 5 minutes of the podcast for highlight.
Exactly, Freddie. That's what I do. We get some of the conversation and I say, no, I will leave this conversation and I give you some story from the current Meadowbrook student them. I'm just a bum. And a man can identify himself and say him to go there, but him not have to identify the student. You see me, I say, Donovan, you go down there and say, yeah, man, this is Donovan Carr. I'm going to have lunch with that student at Meadowbrook on such and such a day. I'm going to just play it. I don't call anymore, no. You just let the conversation flow. Good idea that, Freddie. Can work that way, you know, the story I rotate. I'm going to hear the story them. And a real story we are talking about. And nothing to beat that.
Yes.
Nothing not going to beat that at all. Nothing not going to beat that.
And we are help at the same time, you know.
Exactly. Yeah, and trust me, you know. You think of the student you help, you know. And by the time you look around, you know, it's going to make you who are game feel so good. You want the more. When you see the contribution we are getting, a simple conversation where you can change youth life, you're going to want to get more than a band.
Yeah,
so,
man.
But that's why I start to see how that's going to work. I look forward for this.
Yeah, man, because you see, and others, you know, some people want to see things happening before they can contribute and do what it is.
And this is simple enough, Freddie. This not take nothing, you know. More than just effort, you know. Effort and $10. If I buy 2 lunch and 4 party a date, it not take no worry, Freddie. I'm gonna have the time.
Right.
In there, Meadowbrook, in there, Jamaica. I spend half hour. Go eat lunch with one of the youth, man. That's the big dream I have for next year, man.
By the way, Freddie, when you going down again?
Not until summer, you know.
Okay.
Unless it's an emergency.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is the 65th year coming up.
Yeah.
So we should be down there also. Meadowbrook should be down. I'll just go see.
65 year next year for true. Yeah. Anyway, Donovan, let me ask you the last question. Let me ask everybody, you know. Everybody come. My first question and my last question. What made Meadowbrook magical for you?
Magical. Well, the magic that Meadowbrook, I would say the magic, I'm going to restructure the question. It gave me purpose. Meadowbrook kind of give me a sense of purpose. That's the magic of Meadowbrook. It put something in me that I never knew I had. Okay? And I'm living the magic up until this day. The fighting spirit that I found myself with. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
The friendships, the memories, you know. I spoke to a friend from Meadowbrook 2 days ago. And a year ago, I was in bad shape. Reynolds. Name Reynolds. You Reynolds. Yes. And say, boy, Donovan is so strong, man.
Which Reynolds that you said, Donovan? Which Reynolds? I don't want to mix up the name.
What name? You Reynolds.
Tony Reynolds, the footballer you attack?
Tony Reynolds, yes.
Yeah, man. Tony Reynolds did upon them conversation, man. Tony Reynolds, come and tell him
yes.
Story right, man. Yeah.
And Tony said, Donovan, I was thinking about you, you know, so I had to call you. So I And sometimes, I'm not going to lie, this is true. This is very true. Sometimes when I think like man like C.R.D. Franklin, he and I have some kind of magic with each other. And because of my situation, I think about him. And there he is calling me. So there's some form of magic within us. It's like family. And it's like that is never gonna leave us. And another thing is when like this guy died in Florida about a month ago.
Michael, you're talking about?
What's the last
Michael
name?
Edwards. Michael Edwards.
Yes, Edwards. And CRD and all his friends from the year the year when he started Meadowbrook was there. The magic, these people just come together no matter where they are.
Like a family same way, Donovan, yeah.
Yes. When we keeping something at Meadowbrook and we decide to go down as a group from here and have fun in Meadowbrook, you see people come out of the woodworks. Our friends, they know we're coming, so they're gonna be there. We have a good time. The linemen, I know you hear about the linemen and the plays and all these things that happen. We used to, how this used to happen first time in Jelly. We used to leave New York, right? And we go to Florida because Florida had an association. But that kind of, fuzz out. And I used to use it as vacation. I used to leave here, enjoy Florida, spend a couple of days down there, have a little sports day, the house thing. Because I was always house, we have to be there because war need me. War need me.
I go in there, Meadowbrook, yeah.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
Yeah.
I tell you.
Yeah.
Because so we take my family and we go down and we enjoy ourselves after that. No, we go on vacation and in Jamaica.
Yeah.
So it's a magic. It's the magic. It's a lasting magical effect that kind of radiates through Meadowbrook people. Just call a word or say, all right, like we all know Miss Louise Bennett, some of their poems or verses. You just start it and everybody start to say it because we all know it. It's like the knowledge behind it, the magic behind it. So we just gather around it and make it happen for us. It just happened for us. That the magic, it just bring us together. And we know, and with that Jamaican we say, no watch no face. But enjoy ourselves. And you see when we come back, we don't stop talk about it until the next time we go back to Jamaica.
Again. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, and we talk about it for years. Sometimes we get mixed up and we say, this year we got that year, this year. We don't remember. Everything gets so distorted.
Like one memory come up, yeah. One magic.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's a really lasting, I have to say lasting, magical effect that embodies me, bring me into Meadowbrook. And I sometimes just sit, and if I have the millions, I would want to make changes. Me I'm talking about, I'm going to tell you what's on my mind, Bridget. I love Meadowbrook. Meadowbrook don't have a indoor track. Meadowbrook don't have a swimming pool. You ever go to some school and you see an indoor track or a swimming pool or a nice gym and thing like that? Oh man, that's these are some of the things I would love to see in Meadowbrook, if it's possible. So if anybody hearing this podcast and have money, you know, we could do something for Meadowbrook. Top Field, you can do something good with Top Field, you know. You know, I used to go to school, not saying that she will do it, but I went to school. I was in class with Sharon Robinson. You're having so many kids at Meadowbrook and they want something to do. The magic of a spread to bring them. I want them to stay into Meadowbrook. I want to say, I want to become a swimmer. I want to be a soccer player. Do you understand? I want to be a lawyer because I can't bother with the sport business. And they have to know the good quality people that came through Meadowbrook. It has to be posted. It have to be talked about. You understand?
Yeah, man. This is one
So
of the
that
reasons why we have them conversations.
so
Them things there. Yes,
right. So we cannot just say Meadowbrook is just Meadowbrook and it's just a low-key school. We have some great Meadowbrook people too. You know, and I wouldn't say I'm a great one, but I made my contribution. It may be small, but it is a contribution.
Yeah, and you still make a contribution, Donovan.
Yes.
You still make a contribution. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And on that note, man, let me tell you something. My love will be always with Meadowbrook. Always. That just Meadowbrook radios.
The hills party, we can't have them out.
Yeah, man.
Donovan, last question from me. What's the motto of Ward House?
Motto Ward House? Boy, you get me with that one then. I'm not gonna lie.
Freddie, I want.
Yes.
Freddie, you know it?
Yeah, man, to the end.
To the end.
That's we carry right to the end. We carry right to the end of one and we'll just carry it home, all right?
Yeah, man. Last, before we close out though, any closing remarks, Freddie?
No, because this was a pleasure talking to Donovan, even though me and Donovan talk regularly, but it's good for talking on this platform. And I really made the time today because I want to link up with Donovan and
yeah, man. I'm glad.
If you remind me of some of the things you might forget, but do a good job remembering everything.
Sharp, see me, man.
So that's why we blend together and everything. All right, Donovan. We talk, all right?
Yeah, man. And Donovan, any closing remark before we close it out?
Brethren, closing remark is that yes, we can say all these things, but we have to put these all these talking or much of these talking in action. I like to see action because I love kids and I love to see kids excel. And if the kids excel, Meadowbrook gonna be great. You understand?
Yeah, man.
Great.
So we have to act. We have to act.
Action, Donovan. I hear you.
Yes.
Anyway,
all right.
Donovan Carr, Alfred Hitchcock Henry, my brethren. This has been a pleasure. A real good podcast. Almost 1.5 hour there. And may I just close the podcast. God bless all our way with upon the conversation. And God bless that great school at Meadowbrook Avenue, Meadowbrook High School.
Yes.
Thank you for coming out, my brother. And peace.
You're welcome anytime, man. Call on me anytime.
Yeah, man. All right, cool. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to Meadowbrook Memories. And remember to give us all the support and encouragement you can on whatever social media platform you are listening. And special thanks to my production manager, Kyle Prince, who takes care of everything involved in getting the podcast out every week. And without him, this podcast would not be possible. It is his expertise that allows me to do what I love doing every week, having great conversations about Meadowbrook Memories, and he's responsible for everything else. So again, thanks to my production manager, Kyle Prince.